In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to edit your trip routes. We're going to start off by creating a new trip like this. You could have used a library trip and saved as and edited it instead. Now we're going to define trip mode. The first click will be the first point in your trip, and that is signified by a green dot. We then click on a point that we want to end up at, which we're going to put over here, and that's signified by a red dot. So the green is the start and the red is the finish. We're now going to add one more leg to the trip by clicking here, and as you can see, the red dots move to the end and we have an intermediate small yellow dot here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to alter the path of the trip you've defined. First thing you want to do is grab the big yellow blob and then just drag it onto a point that you want to pass through. So I'm going to drag that over here, and you can see that it's created a longer route following a different path. If you hover over the yellow blobs, then it'll show you that particular leg of the journey. I could drag that to an adjacent point like so, and then I'll get an extra leg. So when I hover over the yellow, I see the route segment that we have there. If I go over one of the small yellow dots, then you can see that the leg before and the leg after is highlighted. Now if I wanted to simplify the whole thing, I could just delete that junction, and then we go back to something like we had before. If I wanted to make the trip start at an earlier point, I can just grab the green dot and drag it there, and so forth. If I wanted to do the same with the end point, then I can drag the red point and drag that also. And there we are. The editing is really as simple as that. When you're creating the trip plan, then we just click on here. If you want photos included, then you would need to make sure that there was a photo taken for a point along that route that you've defined, and you can only actually take photos when you're not in defined trip mode. So hopefully that illustrates how simple it is, and the best way to learn it is just to play with it. So that's it for this little tutorial.